Hi, welcome back to another session with Lawrence Fass, founder of Syntax and sole developer of maptracker. For this session, I'm just going to be talking through selecting and tracking other users and static locations on a map. So the basis of maptracker is that there are collections of static tasks which can be used to represent tours, guides, adventures, games, interactive roleplay, markers in games of capture the flag, pretty much anything the augmented reality inclined imagination is able to come up with. And the goal of maptracker is to create a set of editing tools and services that allow users, non-technical users, to create and share their own map adventures in their local area and beyond, and use other people's. That's fundamentally what maptracker is all about. So I'm just going to show you how some of this works here. So we've got a whole selection of games and tasks that I've set up here. So Hunger Games, yeah, a lot of these just joke titles. So if I just go to, so here's a slightly longer one here. So we can see basically a task set, and what you're looking at here is a task set, which to the end user will be an adventure, will be a game, will be a trail, will be an art trail, will be an art exhibition, could be any number of entities. Could also be for commercial and business use, could be a route for a courier and their daily schedule. So there's a lot of uses for these task sets. I'm just going to show you the most basic use and how we can, as users, engage with them. So I'll just show you some details here. Yeah, so the secret buried treasure of the lost tomb. I set this up for my kids so we could run around the field and find the next and complete tasks and complete missions and adventures whilst out walking the dog one day. Yeah, so there's a load of these. Great. So if we now take our own. Now so this has got GPS, and I'm not revealing my location to the internet and YouTube at this stage. So I'm just going to show you. So I've got a combination of drag and keys that allow me to simulate movement. And one of the things we should see here, because this is real-time tracking of users, is as this guy starts to move towards his target. So I'll take that back to the simple tool so everyone's on the same page. So as he starts to move towards his target, you can see there that there is a directional compass here that is zooming in on his position relative to the task. So if I just sort of speed up time a little bit, get a bit closer. As we start to get closer here, we can see that we've got an auto zoom function, which I'll go into a bit later as well, that allows you to keep center. One of the problems that I found that while we were doing this and running around with a mobile phone is you very quickly lose track of your targets. So whenever we get close to any target on the screen, we automatically zoom in, and then hurrah, we get a splash screen. And we've got music. And what this should now show us is, once this is complete, it should show us the next target, which is 4 kilometers away. So let's have a little look. And if you can see on the other maps here, so we're going to zoom out a bit there because he's moving pretty slow towards his target. Yeah, there we go. And you can see, so if I zoom in on one of these other maps, and yeah, so there's this notion of tracking in maptracker. The fundamental element of it is tracking. So if I track my user here, and so these are two other users, these are two separate mobile phones. If I track my user and I start moving, we should get synchronization between screens. So yeah, that works quite nicely. As this is outside of a session, so there's also the notion of sessions. So when a session is shared, then all the information regarding tracking is shared. At this stage, I haven't implemented that yet. So let's click on the map there. So we should go back to tracking our guide providing. So the blue outline shows who's tracked, and yeah, so we're back in there. So outside of a session, only he's going to see that he's completed that task. Inside a session, which is to be implemented quite soon, that task will flash for everyone, and everyone will be able to see each other's progress. And again, that depends on the game and it depends on the application. So still working on the specifications for that. So we've got one more then. Now I want to show you how a little bit about how the compass works. So at the moment I am, according to my map, I'm 4.15 kilometers away from actually I'm going to stop there because that's a complex talk for another session. So I'm going to end it there, and the next one is going to show you auto zooming on approach to tasks and other users in greater detail. Thank you.